What's up, sister? It's your girl, Danielle, and welcome back to the Pretty Powerful Podcast. Oh my gosh. Sister, I am so freaking excited that you're here. I'm so happy that you clicked play. Look, let me just be honest. I literally skipped every single college presentation where I had to speak in front of class. Like, I literally had a professor when I was in grad school write on my paper, you must speak up in class or you'll never be successful. So naturally, the smartest thing for me to do was like, okay, let's start a podcast where I have to speak in front of lots of people and let people hear my thoughts and my opinions and my voice. And this is really freaking scary and weird, but also really, really exciting. Because for so long, I don't know about you, but I'm always like so excited to have deep conversations with my friends, right? Like, what is intuitive eating? Is there such thing as good food or bad food? What about this Barbie movie? Is this good for women? Is it bad for women? Can you love your body and want to change it? All of the things that affect us as women that we go through on a regular basis, so many of us are literally sitting at our homes by ourselves having these thoughts, and we're just like, oh, I just want to get it out. And so I started finding myself reaching out to friends and like having these conversations like they came up naturally, okay? I'm not like being weird. Like, can we please talk about body image today? That wasn't how it went, okay? But we started like randomly finding ourselves in these conversations about things that we're seeing on social media and things that people are saying and different mindsets and perspectives and thoughts and opinions. And there's just so much coming at us that sometimes it's hard for us to think about like, okay, what is actually important to me? What do I value? What are my opinions? What are my thoughts? But also wanting to be open and hear other people's thoughts about all of this. Have you ever found yourself standing in front of a mirror, picking yourself apart in tears, wishing that you could just change your body? You know, since I can remember when it started in 6th grade for me, I remember thinking that my legs were ugly and so ugly that no one should ever have to see them. I chose to wear jeans when it would be like 100 degrees. I'd be in Disney World and like wearing jeans as an 8th grader because I was told and shown what perfect legs look like, and I didn't have those. I had quote unquote big knees, as someone called me one time, and I had lots of cellulite. And by the way, I still do. Hashtag science. So I had tons of cellulite, and I was ashamed and mortified that anyone would ever have to see that. And so for majority of my life, I picked those things apart. I struggled. I did all and you know, I'll share this throughout the journey of our time together, hanging out here on the Pretty Powerful Podcast. But, you know, I struggled for a majority of my life of trying to figure out how to love and appreciate my body when I had a body that didn't match up to the beauty standards and the expectations of our society. And so I did dramatic things to try to change it. And then when I got into adulthood and I went on this journey of, you know, I'm a sociologist, so that's my background. And so I studied health and women's health and inequality and media and really trying to understand and unpack like how I am the way that I am, why I am the way that I am, and how our society really affects that. So everything that I share throughout this podcast is going to be with that framework, that sociological framework, because that's how I see the world. That's the lens that I use. And also my personal experiences. And so I went through that, and then I decided to, after college, I was like, oh man, I really want to get healthy. And so I went on this journey of health, wellness. I lost weight. I did different workouts and meal plans and all the things, which I'll share lots of that. But, you know, through that process, I finally decided to go on a journey of figuring out how to actually love and appreciate my body and understanding more of society and the body image, beauty standards that comes with our society. And then how do we deal with that? And so that's how this podcast was born, of really wanting to have deep conversations, really just talk through some of the things that we're hearing everywhere all the time about our bodies, about beauty standards, about eating and food and fitness and other F words that affect women. I just want to have an open dialogue and conversation about all of these things that so many of us are struggling with, that we're sitting alone wanting to have these conversations and no one to have them with. And so I want to be your hype woman. I want to have this person. I want to be this person that really just brings some of these conversations to the surface. And it's a little scary because I know opinions, a lot of it is opinions. A lot of what I share, though, will be backed by social research. But that's how this all stemmed. And so I really want to just say, girlfriend, let's freaking talk. Let's talk about the things that are affecting us. And again, through this podcast, it's really going to be more focused around bodies, confidence, and then how can we think less about our bodies and step more into our confidence and our power? Because at the end of the day, I really don't care how you freaking look. How you look is the least interesting thing about you, and it's the least interesting thing about me. And so I want us to come to a place to where we're like, dude, cool, love, appreciate my body. It's there. It's a body. It's great. Cool. But how can we take the time and energy that we're focused on our bodies right now, and how can we shift that to really step into our power? And let's be inspired and motivated and just on fire for powerful women in the world. Let's support them. Let's empower them. Let's become them. And so on this podcast, I'm going to be having solo episodes where I'm going to have these conversations about my opinions, my thoughts, social research behind food, fitness, body image, beauty standards, confidence, those basic things. Not basic, okay, but those things. And then other episodes will feature powerful women. And powerful women, I want you to think about, what does a powerful woman look like? Not look like physically, but what does that mean to you? And for me, powerful means so many different things. I know powerful women in my life that run very successful businesses. I know powerful women in my life who are stay-at-home moms who are rocking mom life, where I'm like, dude, I can barely keep my 2 German Shepherds alive, And so there's just a wide spectrum of what powerful women actually look like. And we get to make the decision that we are going to empower and support other women. And so I'm going to be featuring and bringing on powerful women to have those deep conversations with, and also figure out how do they step more into their power? How do they step more into their confidence? And so we can do the same thing, And so my mission in life and my purpose with this podcast is that I want to live in a world where no little girl or woman ever looks in the mirror and dislikes who she sees. I got goosebumps. Getting a little teary-eyed here. That's the mission. That's the goal. With every single thing I do, with every ounce of my being, that is my mission, that is my purpose, that is my passion. And so if you're here for that and you're like, man, I really want to empower little girls in my life. I want to know how to raise a daughter who is confident AF, who really steps into her power, who loves and appreciates her body. I want to be the woman who leads from a place of power and confidence. I really want to be the woman who steps away from the mirror and believes and knows in my soul that I'm worth so much more than just how I look. And so if that is you, and you want to link arms with me, and you want to be on this mission with me, and make this a movement to where we focus less on being pretty and step more into our power, then I invite you to subscribe to this podcast, to be part of this journey with me, and to lean into this, and to be here, and to have these conversations, because this is pretty powerful. So if you want to be part of this mission with me and you truly believe in the purpose of what I'm doing here on this podcast, do me a favor, girlfriend. You know the most important thing that a podcast, especially a brand new podcast, can have is a positive review. So drop a 5-star review, share your feedback, and also share this on social media if you believe that other women in the world could benefit from being part of this pretty powerful community. Thanks, girlfriend. It truly means a lot. I'll remind you at the end of every single episode, you do not owe the world pretty, but you do owe yourself to step into your personal power, because you, my friend, are a powerhouse woman. Go out and prove it to yourself.